So, to import in ForzaTech Studio, we need ForzaTech Studio. Yay, you guessed it. So you press skip for now because you don't care about that for now. You can give the dude money if you want by pressing coffee here. Gonna go on the page of defect. We have a very big, nice cat, and you can here tip it if you want to. That's the same thing as the window. So here, to start working on the part that we just exported, we're gonna go on the left in Model Tools, and we're gonna go in the Model Bean Creator. So here, a little glitchy, you don't have to select Forza Horizon 6, we need to keep it as Forza Horizon 5. Don't ask me why, it is bugged apparently, so just keep the things that works. On the source model here, you're gonna select the source model, and it is the part that we just exported, so it is front test for me. Open it, and it's gonna take materials loaded from FBX. This is good. This is to say that the materials that we named are gonna be named properly in the file. And here you have the forward and up axis. So when you export a part, you can see here in Blender that you have the same thing here, forward and up. And you see that the axes here are matching the one on the ForzaTech Studio, so you don't change them when it's done. I don't know if it is intended to be properly set up, so let's say here is it exported on -z. -z is the bottom one, set as the front axis, the forward in the exported thing. This is not logical, because here it's -y, the front. And when you go on ForzaTech Studio, if you go on 3D Viewer, you see that the front, when you open a vehicle, let's open back the chaser that I had, here is set as front in the z-axis. And in Blender, it's not like this, it is -y. So I think that this feature was to fix if you have one axis in Blender and a different one in ForzaTech Studio, you can still apply the proper axis. But for some reasons, doesn't work like this, so just keep everything like that when you apply the transform. It should, and I put comma in should, work properly. For me it worked for many pieces, and sometimes it doesn't. So here we're gonna see. Normally it should work as intended. And now we search the material library. And this is the in-game material, so you press browse zip, and you're gonna locate where your game is installed. Me, it's here. When we are inside it, you're gonna go to content, you're gonna go to media, cars, and then here you go to library folder and you click on the materials.zip. Don't mess this thing up, because after that you won't be able to apply the materials properly, and we don't want that. Next up is the assignment of materials, and as you have seen in Blender, for me, I have two materials because I have two parts. This, no, sorry, you're gonna have two meshes showing, like you see here, from bumper and lights, from bumper and lights. For each pieces, you have to apply a material. And because we selected the game one, we have to search for the proper ones. For some things that comes from the game, you have to apply the exact same material for each piece is separated. But if you go for your imported part, what you can do is go in the materials zip, extract it somewhere, and check the materials that exist on your vehicle to see what you can use. So for me, I have a texture library folder here. It is the materials zip that I extracted. And if inside the FM next, I have all the materials on my vehicle that I can use. Maybe outside you have other stuff, but I'm not using those. I see that there are screws here, so this might be for the screws, but it's not like just working as a material. It's also using a weird script to position it on the piece and to show you actual screws when you're on 3D view, but on the model it's gonna be just a thin layer of paper. I'm not gonna explain this further, just know that the regular materials are in FM next, and that it's inside that you can select what you want for each piece. If it is a car paint, you don't have to search in there. You just go in search materials, go in car paint. Here you have multiple ones. You have one for secondary paint, you have one for other stuff, for like the template. And I think that's exactly for what it is. And I didn't use it when I exported one. But yeah, anyway. So for the car paint, you use car paint. Pretty straightforward, sorry. And to apply it to the part, you press assign here. And you can see here from bumper, source material is default, you don't care about that, but then you see here on the slider, it's set to car paint. And for the car paint, sorry, it moved it. For the car paint, you see that there are things that appear now since the latest update. For the colors, you have to delete all of them. For all the rest, you can still leave everything that's going to appear here. And that's what we're going to give to the part for the second one. So here, press light, and I can apply a new material. And this is why I told you you can come here and check the materials that you have, because what I'm interested in is make it chrome, and the chrome is in metal here. If you don't know, if you search a part, you can just type here chrome. It's going to locate everything that have the name chrome here. You can then go in a further option and open file location. And here you have the chrome yellow. But the one I want is regular chrome. This one is in PG traffic colors, so it's not this one. But the one I want is this one in metal. Like I said, it's in the metal folder. Here. For next, and where were you? Metal. Here I can locate chrome. And you can check for each materials and then search for them inside here too. This way was before I used the tool, but you can just search for what you want here. And you have multiple ones. If you don't know, use the basics. If you know what you're doing, you can use the increased one with other things like CH1. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah. Just assign it. Don't care about the rest. And then go for the next thing, which is the configuration of the part. What I usually do for my testing, I remove all the other loads. I just press L0. If it's not, it should be already with everything else. I keep L0. Here is where the scale is glitched, but we don't change it because we exported with the proper scale. And the included object, you press select all because you want both the front bumper and the light automate to be applied to the vehicle. And for this matter, I'm just going to save model bin, and here I place it anywhere. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it in the vehicle that I exported for this matter, when I can then zip it. And to do that, I'm gonna go here in extracted, and here I have Toy Chaser 97. This is the base vehicle that you exported. When you use mods, or when you apply new mods, you have to export every time the vehicle that have the latest modification that you did. Otherwise, they're going to be applied for the next one. But as we're working on the stock vehicle, what you can do is just go in a folder that you created for this matter and export the vehicle zip inside and work on this one right away. Then you delete the zip, you leave the folder, and you go back inside to do the modifications that you want. So for me, all the parts that are from a vehicle are in scene. Not for me, it's just like general thing. And you have textures, UI, and livery mask. This you don't work for this with it right now. When you go inside scene, sorry, you have exterior, interior, you have things for animation, and you have another library and all the shit. We're working on something that appears in exterior, so we go inside exterior, and here you have all the exterior parts of the vehicle. Sometimes things are hidden inside others, so platform is the body chassis thing, so it's like the paint in the rear side with the left side outside of the windows and the roof. But you also have the chassis here, and the chassis have other stuff. So here you have only the carriage and the exhaust. As we're working on the front bumper, for the matter of the video, I'm gonna modify the front bumper that is used by a tune. And the tune, there is only one. It is this one that you have in the picture with the wings modified that goes outside of the car, and this is like an older version of my chaser, so don't just it's not like what you're gonna have. This is mine with modified things that I've showed in the beginning. But if you want to identify which one you're working on, you can go in ForzaTech Studio and in the 3D viewer and check when selecting a part which one lights up, and then check its name. So I know that it is the B version of my bumper that I modify because this is the one that is applied when you apply the full body kit. So I'm gonna just go there and save it in this place. And it asks me if I want to replace it. I say yes. And now it is exported. Ready to export, no. But on top it says, after I press that, saved bumper from underscore B.model B. And now the vehicle is ready for compression. And if we compress it, is to create a zip to put it back in the game. But you don't do it just like that. So I'm going to explain why. You go inside the thing that you just modified. Mine is here in Toy Chaser 97. First things first, when you want to do modification, you're not sure if it's going to work properly and you want to keep what you already did before, you go back on where the vehicle is. So I'm going to show again what is the media PC thing. So this is like when we're going to extract it. I'm going to take this one because it works properly and I'm going to put it somewhere else just to keep it for the purpose of testing. I'm going to put it back in my desktop. That's just me, but you're gonna like replace the one that you have if you have one. If you don't, you have to create it, and the exported vehicle that we add is gonna be in the media PC folder. So it's in ForzaTech content, and here you create this folder if it doesn't exist. You have media, we have all the things from this base game, and then what you do is gonna be inside there. I have camera mode, so that's why there's camera here, but you can only focus on car. And for that, you create a new folder, you call it cars, and then you go inside, and then from here, you will add the zip. And to do so, you go back where you extracted first time, and when you just modify the part. So mine is bumper front is this one that I modified, okay? So to remake a zip, you have to go inside the vehicle folder that you exported. And then you press everything by clicking Ctrl A or just by going with your mouse like this. With left click pressed, so you keep pressed and you do this. Select everything, you go right click, and this is where the installation on WinRAR is important because this is the only time that we really need it is to compress properly so that the game doesn't crash. If you don't do that, if you don't do the zip with WinRAR, it is your problem because you didn't listen to this explanation. So you go on WinRAR, you go to add to archive, and then in here the only thing you modify, you don't touch the name because the name is properly set on the folder. If you have modified the name of the folder, you have to put the exact name that the zip had before. And here you click in the archive format the way it's going to convert. It's not be in RAR, it's going to be in zip. And then you press OK. Now that's done, you take the part, you can go right click, cut, and then you go inside the content media PC cars folder in your game and you paste it. And just press Ctrl V to paste it. And now you can, if you didn't cut it, you copy it, you can delete it from here. Now the vehicle is ready for the final inspection, and what I like to do is not directly go in game, but try to load the vehicle in the 3D viewer to see if parts are rotated properly. And as you can see, my front bumper is in the proper place, so it's merged with the other ones. That's normal, and this means that the vehicle have everything set for testing. If you want to get to an extra verification, what you can do is you can go in the car bin, and in here you go to the part. As it's not stock, it's in the upgrade section. You go in front bumper, you search bumper floor P, this is mine, and this is a thing that you want to do if you have weird visual glitches that appears on top of the part. So you go on the part, you click edit IO path by right clicking the part, And in here, the good practice that we all learn is to change the end of this thing. Swatch bin by swatch ban to say this part is banned from the logging of the AO. You don't have to now learn what is AO, you don't care, just do it. This is mandatory to make the part appearing properly when you don't have this AO things. And as for today, I didn't found a way to make it working, so I just banned it from the game. And then you go down, you have when you click on it, so you have different materials indices here. So it's already selected if you selected it before in modified swatch band. And here what we're gonna do is press load from model bin on carbon. Why we do that? Because the base part of the vehicle don't have the proper names loaded for this part. It just have the stock ones. So to have the proper one, you have to locate where it is. Where is the part that we just applied to the folder before zipping it? Mine is over here, so I'll go extracted here, scene, exterior, bumper front is this one. And then we open it. And as you can see, the material indices change and it have exactly the only two shaders that it should have. So as you can see here, we did two shaders here. They appear and they have the name that we put in the model bin creator, which is the chrome and the car paint. And as you can see in carbon editor, it's car paint and chrome. The very last thing to do is for every part that uses something special like a paint, you have to apply which type of vehicle it is, of shader, sorry, it is. And this is set here. You have many things. You have one for hood, you have one for special stripes, you have one for mirror, for the wings, you have one for the brakes to paint them, the rims, etc, etc. And as we're working with the body part, we have to press body. Here it was already done, but if it's not, you have to do it. And when this is done, you press save here on top left. You wait that it's saved. And when you have checked on the 3D viewer that your part is properly placed because you applied all transforms in Blender and that you have the model being created, all the shaders, and that now we have edited the thing with the AO and the paint, we can finally check in game how it is. I'll just add a little thing when it loads. Sometimes, okay, it's connected. Sometimes it happens that things appeared in a weird position in ForzaTech Studio. It's rare, but it happens. Try it anyway in game to see if it's the exact same result, because it happened that in ForzaTech Studio it shows weird things, it's misplaced, or the size aren't properly done, or whatever, and in the end in game it works properly. So it should be fixed now, if I remember correctly, but you never know. So to make sure of things, just test it first in game, and then after that you can check again in the 3D viewer how you can change position, it's all the stuff. But like I said, the best practice is to do things properly in Blender, and you won't have to matter that things aren't done properly in ForzaTech Studio. So the game is loading. Now we can go to our vehicle and check if things aren't applied. Let's say you do a bumper, you don't do body work like I did, because mine is like a full body that I customize each piece by piece. You just have to apply it on your vehicle and see if everything is alright. There are few things that can happen, and normally I did everything properly, so it won't happen. But it is not impossible that your part don't appear, that it is completely black, that it have a weird shading, and that it is appearing in complete blue also. So these are the things that can make your parts glitchy, and you have to fix it when you work on the carbon, and again sometimes in materials, and maybe if you do it manually you have also to work on the ID. But for our matter, the part is appearing properly, and you have seen it on the view. There is a glitch now that copies what's in the side of the vehicle to the front. But what matters is that the part appears properly and it replaces properly what we wanted. The only thing is that with the front bumper here, if I go in the vinyl editor, so in the creation, I go here and I go on the front and I check my camera. As you can see here, you have another glasses, and this is because it doesn't come from the bumper. It is applied by something else. And it doesn't matter sometimes that your part is deleted. It might even be on another part that you can't use in another matter, and it still applies here. So you have to check in the tuning section, which we won't cover in this video because I still didn't understood how it works. But there are ways to apply and delete other parts that applies with a body kit. And you can even add yours if you want. So let's say there is a possibility that you change your, let's say the wing, the front wing here. You can make it so that the brake that you have applies another model of the brake without adding this model to a tuning brake section. But if you want to, you can also, when you change virtually the brake, so when you apply the brake tuning, that it change the model too. And this is the power of the hierarchy and the tuning section of the game. So right here, you see that it is messed up because not only the paint, but the part is appearing here. For the paint, for the part, sorry, that appears with your part that you just created, I don't know a fix yet, so I will cover that later on another video when I do it. But for now, just know that if your part appears in the game, that the paint is applied, even if you see another part with it or the stickers that are with it. This is working as intended. And just to show you what I'm gonna do is save this. So it's gonna be whatever GGG, and I'm not gonna upload it if I can. Let me check. Save, save, save. And now if I go to my creations, I should have somewhere, yeah, it's here. Which one it is, I'm not sure. 28.6, okay, it's this one. Now what I'm gonna do is, let me delete this to show you that on the front now it appears properly on the paint. And there is no dot, it is not blue, it's not glitch, the chrome is chrome. They have another part, no, it's not another part, it's the reflection that does that, yeah. But the chrome is basically properly done and the paint appears properly. So this is the result that you want to have. And now if everything is done the way you want it, you can easily go in game and have fun and showcase your things that you did on the world and, like, I don't know, ask for credits, ask for whatever you want. And yeah, that's it. So this is like how to replace a base part. So you see, yeah, it's fucked up, it's not finished. Far from it, I just tested it once. But this is how you modify the parts on your vehicle. And fuck, I didn't exit with, I wanted to show like how it is outside. I'm gonna just delete delivery and show you. It can happen that the part is like missing when you go outside of the garage. It's not a glitch. It's because you didn't apply the latest extreme parameter that shows exactly this in the vehicle. So for that you have to go in graphics, performance, you go in level detail of the vehicle. It must be on extreme because we use the lot 0. If you don't use lot 0, use L1, maybe you can put it on ultra, and then the more you reduce it, the more the part is gonna show in its actual raw state. But this is like the proper way to do it when you do a base part with the high details on it. And there is the shadow of somebody else. let's go somewhere around here. And let's just say like this to showcase the vehicle. So yeah, it works as you can see. It's cool looking, but the glasses that's here is a bit fucking it up, but still. That's the result that you want. No weird like darkened parts because we removed the AO. You have the glitch with delivery, but I'm gonna show how to fix that later. The part appears, it's in proper position, this is exactly what you want. There is a gap here, and as I said, this is because of the model of the bumper. And it goes a bit through here also, I've seen that earlier. It is to like remove a bit of the gap, but these are the things that you have to work on the 3D model itself. You can't do it in another way. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you make exactly what you wanted to make and that you'll have a lot of fun modding the game because thanks to the tools that we have now with Forza Studio that is updated all the time with new features and stuff, uh, I don't see how we would have done it in another way actually. But yeah, it's I love to do it myself, and I hope you love also modding your game. And yeah, let's see us again, maybe in Discord or whatever.